No worries.
Okay, ladies and gents, we're ready to get started now.
Yes. Good. Awesome. Big machine.
Okay, ladies and gents, ready to go?
Hi Brendan.
Hello Andrew.
How are you?
Good.
Good. I've seen Chris Gale training this morning. He very much looks like he's going to play tomorrow. How does that change things for you guys, and I guess what sort of proposition are the West Indies with him in the side?
Well, I don't think it changes things too much because we expected he'd play anyway. Look, he's obviously a world-class player and destructive on his day, and look, the West Indies team are stacked with match winners, not just Chris, but many other guys in their lineup. So look, we've prepared accordingly, and now it's a matter of us being able to go out there and replicate the game plan, which has served us so well over the last little while. And if we do that, then hopefully we'll be hard to beat regardless of whether Chris is playing or not.
Give us your thoughts on Chris. You know, I know you rate him very highly. How do you get on with him off the pitch?
Yeah, very good. We obviously played a few seasons together at Kolkata. Spent a lot of time playing against each other over the years as well, and shared some good times off the field too. He's obviously a great character. The game is richer for his experience in it and his involvement. And I think we've seen some of the hands that he's played over a number of years, and he's obviously a very destructive player, and he's a real character off the field too. So he's a guy which international cricket is lucky to have.
Is there a particular innings of his that sort of stands out for you and sort of sums up what sort of player he is?
Well, I think there's a number of innings that Chris has played over the years. Obviously his 200 in a T20 game is something which stands out pretty strongly. 200 or whatever it was, 190 or something. The match-winning innings that he played, he's very capable of achieving those innings, and I guess we've had some success against him recently, but we still know what dangers he presents as well. But again, to stress, we're not just focusing on Chris. They've got many guys in their lineup who are capable of playing match-winning innings with the bat and also destructive spells with the ball. So we've got to respect their entire team that they put out and make sure that our focus is on executing our game plan. And if we do that, then, as I said before, I think it will make us a very, very tough team to beat.
Brendan, the team's been out and about around the town with fans. How have you absorbed that hype and that atmosphere this week?
Yeah, it's been great, not just this week, but I think throughout the World Cup and even leading into the World Cup. It is the greatest time of our lives. We've said that time and time again within the group, and I think it's starting to obviously flow into the media and the public as well, that our guys are certainly enjoying this tournament, enjoying the involvement that we've had in it, and obviously the success that we've had along the way. I think the brand of cricket that we've played has really captivated New Zealand as well, and starting to make people around the world sit up and take notice about how we go about our work too. So that's great. We love the fact that we're playing in front of big crowds, and we're having the support that we've had from our country so far, and hopefully it continues for another week or so yet. But it's certainly been a great tournament to be a part of so far, and the guys have had some incredible experiences over the last little while, and I guess it's one of the things that you don't want to finish anytime soon.
Brendan, obviously a huge game for the team, but personally, where does it rank? Is this the most important game of your career?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's obviously a really important game, and it's hard because you don't want to put added pressure on the occasion. One of the things which we've worked really hard on over the last 6 to 12 months is been able to make sure we still head into pressure games with the same level of preparation and confidence and understanding of what works for us, so that we can go out there and exhibit our skills, and that's what tomorrow's going to present for us as well. I guess there is added pressure because it's a knockout game, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that the game is the game, and that doesn't change just because there's more on the line. So for us, I still think we need to go out and play that attacking brand of cricket which we've played throughout. It doesn't guarantee us success, and I've said that all the way along, but I think it definitely gives this team our greatest opportunity of being successful. So yeah, it's a big game, but look, we'll go out there and enjoy the moment, enjoy the stage that will be presented in a full house at Wellington, and hopefully we perform accordingly.
Can you think of another? Can you think of another one then that would compare in your career so far?
Well, I played in a couple of sort of big World Cup games beforehand. There's big moments during every series as well. Test matches. There's been key times where we've been able to go on and create history through some of our actions as well. So, look, I don't want to, I guess, highlight one game in particular, but if we can get the job done tomorrow, then we'd obviously be pretty pleased with that, and then we'd head into what would then be our next big game as well. So, we'll prepare accordingly. We're not getting too far in front of ourselves as a group. We know that tomorrow's going to be a tough challenge, and we need to make sure we stand up and execute our skills.
Brendan, Richard Hadley sat there yesterday where you were sitting and said that 4 years of planning and preparation and 6 league games just come down to 7 hours of good cricket in the end. Is it really that simple, though?
Yeah, it is, I think. In this game, it has a funny way of biting you if you take your eye off the ball, and we know what works for us. We need to go out there and make sure that we're nice and calm in our mindset, make sure that we know that what's on the line, but still be able to execute the skills that have served us so well over a number of games now. 7 hours, look, the game can turn on a knife edge. I think in horse racing parlance, I'm a big horse racing fan. If we miss the start, it doesn't mean that we're out of the race. I think the horse has never been better, and we've got every chance in this game to be able to go out there and win, even if things aren't 100%. And that's something that probably can't say about too many New Zealand teams in the past. That's encouraging.
Brendan, team for tomorrow, have you settled on that? And are you going to reveal it to us? Is everybody fit?
I'll sort of reveal it to you without revealing it to you. But we need to have another look at the wicket tomorrow, but it's safe to assume that barring Adam Milne coming in for Mitch McClenaghan, the team would remain unchanged.
I sense from other players this week that the pitch at the stadium plays a little bit differently now than might have been the case in the past. And does that contribute to what you do at the toss?
Yeah, it can play differently. I think we saw against England that the pitch itself was fine. It was just that the overhead conditions meant that the ball swung, and there was not one cloud in the sky that day either. So I guess there's many different reasons why the ball swings and why it doesn't. But the pitch itself is always a good wicket here. It does play slightly differently, but I don't think it's going to be a pitch which will determine the result. I think it'll be a good service, which if the team plays well, they should be able to win. So we'll have a look in the morning. In the afternoon, at the pitch, have a look at the overhead conditions, and then we'll work out whether we want to battle bowl first, and then it'll come down to the toss of the coin. We all know how that goes.
Brendan, the attacking brand of cricket that you've played has obviously brought you a lot of success, but has much thought gone towards a plan B in case it doesn't work on any given day?
Well, firstly, we want to play that brand of cricket. That we've identified that that's what is going to make us a team which is going to be tough to beat. I can't see that changing. I would hope it doesn't change. I think just because there's pressure on a game shouldn't take you away from what's your best opportunity to win. And that style of cricket that we're playing has obviously served us well. And if things don't always go according to plan, then you obviously have to move into plan B. But I think not just skill-wise, but also the characters within the group who can quickly adjust to that as well. But yeah, I think it's safe to assume that we'll still try and play an entertaining and attacking brand of cricket, and I'm sure West Indies will do the same, so it should be a great game.
Brendan, Chris, if he plays, will be coming in with an existing injury that we all know about. Will you be just keeping a close eye to make sure he does his amount of time in the field that he should do?
Yeah, that's not up to us. I guess I'm sure the officials will make sure that that's the case, but I don't think that the spirit of cricket will go out the window because of such a incident. So, I expect Chris would take a full part if he does play in fielding and batting as well. So, yeah, we'll leave that one up to the officials, I guess. I haven't even thought about that, to be honest.
Brendan, the fact you are such overwhelming favourites in a World Cup game, perhaps the best shape you've been in any knockout game, does that bring a bit of unease, or are you comfortable with that?
No, I'm comfortable with it. Again, I've said right throughout the tournament that whether you're favourites or whether you're underdogs, once the coin goes up and once the contest between bat and ball starts, all of that talk, all the pre-match favouritism goes out the window, and tomorrow's no different just because it's a quarter-final. So, we know that on paper we're a strong team, but we need to make sure that we turn up and we display the types of skills that we've been able to throughout this tournament. And if we do that, then I'm sure we'll be a good chance.
Brendan, Curtly Ambrose and Darren Sammy spoke to the media in the last couple of days, and they really put the pressure all on you. They sort of playing up to the underdog status. Do you expect them to sort of bring that sort of heat come the game, and maybe even try and rattle a few guys?
Yeah, I didn't think they were I guess, overplaying the underdog status. I think they were. I've read all the comments as well, and I thought they were just, I guess, trying to ensure that they remained confident within their group. And I quite liked Darren Sammy's boxing analogy as a boxing fan. I thought that was quite clever. But I think it's irrelevant once it's underway. So we'll see what unfolds, and we've seen throughout this tournament already that what is said in the media sometimes comes true and sometimes it doesn't once the game gets underway. So I guess we'll have to wait and see, and we'll find out tomorrow afternoon.
Brendan, the other semi-finalist is already known. Is there the slightest possibility that you can take your eye off the ball here and look towards Auckland already?
No, we're not good enough for that. We know we have to make sure that we are respectful of the opposition we're coming up against in every game, and I think we've shown throughout this tournament so far that we play what's in front of us, regardless who that is, and we deal with the games which follow when they come about. So tomorrow's no different. Our focus is very much on this game against West Indies, and make sure we perform accordingly. And if good things happen, then we'll deal with those in due course.
Last 3 questions.
Brendan, just continuing on this boxing analogy thing, now that we're into knockout cricket, knockout stages of the tournament, are you fearful of that? Because I know you've talked a lot about match winners and how, good match winners only need 10 overs to turn a game, that sort of thing. Given, unbeaten now, could all count for nothing if one player turns up and, I guess, delivers that one punch. All of that?
Not fearful, realistic that could happen, and if that's the case, then we play our best game and someone is good enough to get over the top of us, then fair play, that's the game that we play. So certainly not fearful of it. I don't think you can be fearful of anything in this game. It's a competition between two teams and a competition between bat and ball, and that's pretty much where it lies. You can't be too worried about the emotions which come into the game. You've just got to deal with the game as it unfolds. So, look, if West Indies turn up tomorrow, someone plays a match-winning innings which just is good enough to overcome us at our best, then I can live with that. And that's just how the game is played. But I'm still confident that we've got the team that even if we don't have the perfect trip, we're still a chance of being there at the finish. So we'll wait and see what unfolds.
Brendan, do you on a game like this bring anyone in to present jerseys or give a speech to the team or anything like that before, or do you guys just rely on
angling for a job?
I'd be terrible.
No, we don't. We want to keep things as normal as possible. We've got some really good, routines which we go through, and some really nice, touches that the management have brought about over the last sort of 2 to 3 years. And there's some recognition of guys, being a part of history along the way and being able to achieve special things. Just because it's quarter-final, we won't bring anyone in specially. For test matches we do. We get someone to come in and present us with our caps again, which is really nice. It's a mark of respect for those that have been before, and how important the black cap is to us as well. But on this occasion, we'll continue to, prepare and as we have done for every other game.
Brendan, again, in the game against Bangladesh, we saw you chase that ball and put in that dive in the outfield. And, in moments like that, could you just tell us how you approach? Do you give a second thought as to how close that advertising board was, other factors, any potential dangers? Like, in such a moment, what goes on in your head?
Well, I think as captain you need to make sure that you're leading by example with the small things, and we've seen that those sorts of traits where we're desperate to try and save every single run is so that this team goes about its work. I can't ask someone else in the group to be able to be given that effort if I'm not prepared to do it myself, and that goes for everyone in the team. So look, you don't give a second thought. I've said time and time again that I sort of play my cricket as if every game could be its last, and that's served me and this team well over the last little while. So I think, given the opportunity again tomorrow, then you'll see the same sort of characteristics being displayed by our group, and that's the desperation and the buying into the team plans and trying to make sure that we're as tough a unit across the board in all three facets of the game as possible, and diving on the boundary is one of those things which is key to us.
Thanks, Brendan. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.